Momodora, Reverie under the Moonlight is a beautifully crafted 2D platformer slash action adventure game, I guess you could say. It has elements from many different genres, and I am a huge fan of it. Of all the great indie games I've played, this is really about the only one I don't hear anyone talking about, which is honestly a real shame. There's a lot to like here. So today, we are going to be taking a look at this game and going over why I like it so much. First of all, I think we should get this out of the way. I'm fairly sure this is the most recent game in a series of 4 games, and it's the first I've played. The other games don't connect to it in a major way, save for maybe some character cameos that I didn't pick up on. The other games are only available on this indie game site anyways, so they don't seem like the easiest accessible to play. Anyways, this game is the most recent and is available pretty much everywhere. I played it on my PS4, but I'm kinda debating double dipping and getting it on my Switch. Quick change of info, I'm reading the Steam description now, and apparently it's the 4th installment, but serves as a prequel to the other 3. On to the actual story. You play as this girl out to seek audience with the queen of the land, and dispel all the evil that's spread across it. Story-wise, the game is nothing special. There's some reoccurring interesting characters, and a few interesting twists, even multiple endings, but in my opinion this isn't really where the game shines. No, the best part about this game is, well, honestly everything else. The pixel art, the cool areas, the bosses, the combat, the themes, man, it's all so good. Let's begin with the art style and stuff. The pixel art and animation is rather simple, but it's very impressive in action, at least in most respects. Common enemies sometimes aren't the best, but your central character as well as the bosses are done incredibly well, and the amount of color and unique designs in the different areas to explore is just phenomenal. Areas such as the White Leaf Memorial Park are just so visually striking with the bright red swaying flowers and their contrasts against the white background. I'll admit, not every area is brimming with creativity, but there are quite a few unique ones, and nonetheless they're all fun to explore. There's all sorts of secrets and collectibles to find around the world, some that are sorta pointless, and others that can really help you out. There's these charm things that allow you to have special abilities, and they can be found through exploring or just buying them with the currency. I won't spoil any of the more interesting secrets, but getting 100% map completion was honestly a really fun thing to do, and I'd gladly do it again in another playthrough. Speaking of multiple playthroughs, the replay value is surprisingly good for this game. It's very short, it only took me just under 10 hours to fully complete it, but I also got it for under $5, so it's definitely worth it. Anyways, it's not a super linear game, so you can usually end up getting a much different experience each time. Although I did a quick speedrun on a harder difficulty immediately after I finished my first playthrough, and now that I knew the areas, it didn't particularly feel like exploring, since New Game Plus lets you keep most of your upgrades. It went very fast. I didn't even end up finishing it, and instead stopped at my favorite boss, just in case I ever wanted to do that battle again. So about the bosses, geez, these are the highlight of the game. Looking back, there's actually not that many, and most of them don't stand out that much, but those few ones that are incredible are really incredible. My favorite fight from this game, Partner Fennel, has got to be one of the best boss fights I've ever done. Everything from the music to the actual fight to the dialogue is amazing. Though I must say, if you want a challenge, definitely play on the harder difficulty. By the end of the game, everything was getting pretty easy. Let's see, the combat as a whole is really fun, if not very complex. You have your basic combo as well as the spells I mentioned earlier, and you can jump and dodge and stuff. It's good, and I really enjoyed it. The satisfaction of smacking an enemy is only heightened by the amazing sounds too. I mean, listen to this, it's great. The sound design for the whole game is pretty good as well, and I mean, as a whole, most of the overworld themes are pretty good, not super memorable, but some of them are really great. Overall, on the surface, based on the design and stuff, this game may seem pretty lighthearted, which it is at the beginning, but honestly it's a lot darker, like a lot darker. I was seriously surprised by some of the stuff that happened. But looking back, the darker undertones do fit with the intricate world. No area is ever really bursting with happiness. You can tell this world is plagued by some mysterious evil. NPCs are uncommon, and the ones you do meet aren't particularly friendly or end up with unfortunate fates. And that is about all. I'm so glad I got this game recommended to me, because it really does feel like it was made with care. In a world where there's no lack of huge budget AAA games, it's always refreshing to sit down and enjoy a short indie game that you know the creators were passionate about. I believe Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight, is criminally underrated, so go play it and maybe encourage some others to as well. But that will do it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I hope to see you in another video. Thanks again. Bye.